Hey, we love that umbrella guy. All right. Thank you.
I'm calling from Los Angeles, and I'm having a little problem under the name ThATuMBRELLAgUY. I sent him my phone number at least 20 times in the chat and told him to call me. He ignored me. I'm a man. I filed the report. If you guys could take a look at it and give me a call back, I would love to hear what you guys can do to help us. We really need to kind of stop this guy at least until Monday. I told him to call me. I'm a man.
Hiding from the lawsuits, a new trick up your sleeve. Paperwork, flimsy truth, taking a dive. Drowning paperwork, then buried alive. Fraudulent dollar, playing the game. Dodging the heat while fueling the flame. Thinking you slick? Now we see through the scheme. Bankruptcy, fraud, that's stealing the dream. Stacks of life folded, origami finesse. You're bleeding broke, but your dollar screams success. Got the 56K, the attention, the barn go sweet. But in court you crying, I can't make ends meet. Heavy face abuse, gavel about to drop. Your lies are crumbling, your case is a flop. Fake tears streaming, crocodile flow. But the fraud you pulling, everybody knows. Fraudulent dollar, playing the game. Dodging the heat while fueling the flame. Thinking you slick? Nah, we see through the scheme. Bankruptcy, fraud, that's stealing the dream. Money trail messy, footprints in the sand. Everybody watching, receipts in their hands. Lawyers on your neck, think you know what a scheme. But your team discussed it all on their live stream.
Now you post in balloons about selling your jewelry? The jewelry in Diddy. Are you kidding me? 3 cellular providers not produced in Discovery. Are any of those brain cells on?
You lied to the court and left your donors misled. Saying 6K was for fighting when you had already fled. Winning the case, this is only delays. A courtroom race and you running relays.
Stop selling jewelry. Stop taking out loans. Seriously, stop.
Seriously.
I forgot about that one with the funny dancing tug in the overalls.
Yeah, I love it. That's that Breaking Bad
Coveralls.
suit, you know?
Yeah, the Breaking Bad coveralls.
Yeah, I love it. I love how AI interprets dancing, too. It's like, hey,
Yes.
your leg, it'll spin. It's like, my leg, I hope, never spins that direction.
The Breaking Dad coveralls.
breaking cardboard. That's what I'm talking about. Oh my Lord, we are back on the homeless trip. Brought to you by, oh man, sadness. I guess that's what it would be brought by.
Yes, Legally Lips is going to bankrupt us.
Man, I'm telling you, you know, it's a strange thing to go on and brag about how you're going to essentially create fraudulent billing too. You know, we're going to bill for $500 for 8 hours a day. You know,
Uh-huh.
And we're gonna bring on extra people just so we can make sure we build more money out of you. It's like that's a really weird thing to brag about.
Yeah, it's crazy. Also, I've been working on our cardboard box homes. You want to see them?
Oh yeah. I mean, hey, that's the future. Oh
Look,
man.
I even built us a little guest house in the middle. So
That's cool, man. Yeah, so we can have people like drop by. That's
yeah,
cool.
I guess it could also be like a rumpus room / studio. I don't know. I need some more cardboard. I think I need to make an addition. But see, you have your own little house over here on the right. You're back there. You're living your best tug life. And I'm over here in the second story looking out at the neighborhood. Yeah, when you visit, Jeremy, you can have the one in the middle. And we'll call it Kodunk Row.
Oh man. It looks so happy. I never thought
Doesn't
like living in Macaroni Hut would actually be so fun.
It looks it's got, and we could have Lug and Bug do the decorations, they can color the houses.
That's a given no matter what it's made out of, just to be honest.
That's true. That's true.
Oh my Lord, man. I mean, some of the wall decorations I ended up with. I swear, man. Man, speaking of that, Lord, see, the little one, her birthday is right around the corner. It's on Saturday, so she's
5 already?
She's 6. She's turning 6.
6?
Yeah,
oh
6. I know, exactly.
One of Hangry's little friends has a little sister who's 6, and I was just hanging out with them this week, and she was walking me down to the beach, and she was telling me just giving me a huge story about what she did that day, and she was at the arcade and she was running down with her little voice, just like Bugs. And I was just soaking it in, man. This is a short period of time when your kids are that cute. Not saying my kids are not still cute, but they get older and they get mouthy, man.
Right.
They're telling you off all the time and not doing their chores. But man, that 3, 4, 5, 6-year-old, even 2. Oh God, they're so cute.
I know she's at that stage where everything she's discovering new words and everything else. It's absolutely hilarious. She's her favorite thing. It's interesting at her age though. Her favorite thing in the world. It's not toys or anything else. It's lip gloss, and I mean she has a lot of lip gloss.
Yeah,
it is. She's got a little backpack. She was like, look at my lip gloss collection. I was like, your lip gloss collection? She was like, yeah. And she showed me the other day. I was like, man, I don't think that fits all your lip gloss. So she was like, oh yeah, it doesn't. So I went and found her a little bitty bag that's a little bit bigger, and now it'll fit her entire lip gloss collection. Oh, she's so happy. I wish I was at that age. I wish I could be, like really astounded by something like lip gloss again,
I know, right? Yeah, this little one was showing me her little, they were at the arcade and she won like 1,000 tickets and she was showing me what she won. And it was these 4 little mermaid bath toys. I mean, the junkiest little plastic things, right? Just junky plastic mermaid bath toys. But it came with 4 little hairbrushes to brush their little hair. And oh my God, she was so fascinated and thrilled with this little prize. She was bringing them down to the beach because mommy said they could go in the water. So she was just having the time of her life, swimming them around and then brushing their little hair. And it's funny because when they would go in the water, their heads would pop off for some reason. And she would go, well, mommy, their heads pop off, but they go back on real easy. So she was still real happy with them. It was so funny. And I remember thinking the same thing, like, oh man, to be so entertained and thrilled with this shitty little toy.
I wonder, is Chuck E. Cheese still a thing that kids enjoy? Because we have a Chuck E. Cheese, we have like they're becoming more and more obsolete. I thought about
haven't taken
taking
my
her.
kids there. I don't even think Hangry's ever been to one. I know the girls were, because back in Illinois, people had birthday parties there. We don't have one here, but I'm out in the middle of nowhere, so I wouldn't
Well,
imagine we'd have one.
we have one in the same place that, the candy shop. I mean, to be honest, she does. I was like, do you want to have a birthday party? She was like, no, no. Well, what do you want to do? Candy shop, Murfreesboro. That's it. I was like, good Lord. So I thought that was funny. She's going to, now they are going to go to the aquarium, Chattanooga Aquarium. They're going to go out that way. My mom's taking them. So that's going to be fun. That place is amazing, by the way. It is. I freaking love that place. But it's got like a butterfly exhibit you can go into. Giant butterfly room. Yeah, it's amazing.
I've been in one of those. They have a museum like that in Chicago. I can't remember the name of it now. It's right on the lakefront. It's not one of the big ones. It's a small one. And it has a butterfly tent. And you go in there and these beautiful, thousands of butterflies, and they land on you. And it is so cool.
Yeah.
That is such a cool thing.
They have those jellyfish exhibits, man. The reality, I knew a guy who owned a jellyfish at one time, and they are not fun to take care of. There's so much that goes into them, but my God, they look cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I like going down there. I like looking at the sharks and stuff. I like then, and around here we have the Gatlinburg Aquarium, but that's a drive. I like it. I love telling that story of how I went down. You gotta picture it. I have long hair. I've got long facial hair. I do not look like somebody you would lock in an aquarium. And I keep walking through, and I'm like, nobody's telling me to leave. What's going on? It closes at I think it was 11, and it was 11:30. So I was like, this is.
So what you're telling me is you look homeless, like you might.
Yeah, I look criminal. Is what I look like. If you left me there, I might rob the place. So I walked through, and they had this stingray exhibit, and I saw these kids there. I was like, what the fuck? All these kids, this is cool. There's nobody else here except I finally run across these kids and a couple of adults, and I figure out they have left me in there thinking somehow I'm part of this kids group. And I didn't realize. So I wandered around another hour, and then finally, they have workers that are still around because they're locking them in for the night. And I was like, all right. So I went over to the front where there was these workers, and I was like, yeah, I'm ready to leave. Will you don't let me out? And they were like, you're not part of the group. I said, what would make you think that? I didn't come in with them, well, you stayed. I was like, I got headphones on and stuff. I walked past you 14 times. But it was amazing. They got this walkway, an escalator where you have tanks all the way around you, so the sharks, they swim around, and having the whole place empty. I just, at one time I was like, well, this is cool. So I just sat on the escalator and let it roll through. I was like, this is cool. No more people came. All right. So I looked back around and I laid down on it and rolled down through there. I was like, this is amazing. If I worked there, that's all I would want to do at night, just lay on that thing and roll through it.
Of course.
I was like, this is not very safe there. I told them that. I was like, that's not very safe locking me in with a freaking group of kids. Obviously, I wasn't a problem, but, God knows that's very not good.
That's really funny.
Yeah. They were nice about it, though. I think they were afraid after they did it, they would get some kind of bad publicity out of it, Right. They asked me, they were like, sir, you're going to complain about? We're sorry. I was like, sorry? Why would you be sorry? But they gave me I didn't think about it at the time. I was like, oh, but I think they gave me some, instead of hush money, they gave me some hush souvenirs. They gave me a stuffed shark and a few, it was very weird. I was like, I think they didn't want it to get out. They locked somebody that wasn't supposed to be there in the aquarium. Let's buy you off with a stuffed animal.
Sir, would you like to raid the gift shop?
Yeah, they gave me some pretty good stuff there.
That's awesome.
Oh man, Dawn said they were just at a Chuck E. Cheese birthday party. I hope so. See, our Chuck E. Cheese, I don't know how it is on the weekdays or on the weekends rather, but on the weekdays it's like a ghost town. So I was like, do kids even do they like that still? You know, I mean, after after 5 Nights at Freddy's and stuff, you know, animatronics have like a different feel.
Now, I've always thought those sleep-ins at the museums would be really cool to do. The one in Chicago, they do it at the both the Shed Aquarium and the Natural History Museum. And that Natural History Museum, apparently the kids can sleep in Egypt and stuff, but it's super expensive. It's not something that, like, you know, regular folks can do. It's certainly not those of us who live in cardboard boxes. You
For
have to,
real.
you have to live on like the you know, the upper north side there in order to afford it. But I always thought that would be great. They also would have big events at those places, you know, dinners, fundraisers. I just imagine that that's really fun. I was at one for a fundraiser for some radio thing that I was working at a radio station back then, and they had like a big dinner. Oh, I know what it was. It was the Radio Hall of Fame event, and it was at some big museum downtown, maybe the Chicago Historical Society or something. But there's all kinds of events at those places that you don't even think about.
It's kind of wild. I mean, I never realized that, you know, all these sleep-ins and stuff. I was like, man, that would be awesome. I'd love to have like an aquarium just for, you know, on my own. I guess that's something, you know, if you're rich, you could do.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I would. I'd buy out the like Gallenberg Aquarium. I'd just hang out there.
Listen, I have learned that if you have enough money, you can do anything.
Do anything you want. Yeah.
Anything.
I was like,
you can
but,
say
you know.
anything you want. You can do anything you want, and nobody. Seriously, I have my best friend married a very, very wealthy man. She's the one who took me to Vegas, paid for everything, gave me spending money. It was hilarious. She kept handing me hundreds, and I'd be like, "What? Why are you why are you giving me so much money?" She's like, "It's not real. It's Monopoly money." I'm like, "But it is real." She's like, "Not to me."
God, can you imagine being able to have that? Man, I wish I had that.
No, I can't. But literally, she can do whatever she wants. Whatever she wants, whenever she wants. She can say whatever she wants. Doesn't matter. She has enough money to pay her way out of it. Whatever it is. Whatever it is. It must be great. Money might not be able to buy you happiness, but it can buy you whatever you want.
Well, it's like, you know, when people say that, I'm like, you know, I've been on both sides. I've never been rich, mind you, but I've been on both sides where I've been extremely without, you know, and I've been where I'm not so, you know, destitute that I'm not having to worry where my next meal comes from, thankfully, in life, you know, and I'm happier not worrying about eating the next day.
I feel like people who say that money won't buy you happiness are people who have never been poor.
Yeah, never had to struggle, man.
Never had to struggle. And I mean, I didn't grow up in a struggling family. My father was a very successful entrepreneur, and I grew up in a country club. But when I got out on my own, you know, my dad was not footing the bill. He was not like Laura Owen's dad. Let's just put it that way. My dad was like, get out there and get a job, make your own way. And, you know, if I got into trouble or whatever, he, you know, if I needed help, he'd usually help me out. But it was like, you know, you have to do it on your own. You have to become an adult. So I saw what the difference was in a big way real quick. I saw it was like, holy crap, I'm struggling to buy groceries every week. I make $8 an hour. I can barely pay my rent. And this is not how I want to live. I want to live the way I want to live in a country club. I want to get back to the country club.
Yeah, you know, paycheck to paycheck or worse, you know. Paycheck to paycheck for a lot of people is like good living, just to be honest, you know,
right?
because
well,
you know, it's
getting by. And we did that for years. It was years before and I mean, I was married with two kids, maybe 3, before we were able to start putting some money away and not living paycheck to paycheck. That's a tough way. It's a tough way to live. Not that, you know, we were very happy. I was still smiling, but Gosh, it's tough.
Well, I
It's
remember the
tough.
people that were around at those times. You know what I mean? When the people, when you're down on your luck, the people that are around. It's kind of like late, like the last 8 months. People that are around. I noticed this thing, and I look at it in the positive, you know, but I could look at it in the negative if I really wanted to. But look at it in the positive, you know. Like with health issues and stuff, I notice the people that are around, like yourself, you know, we do all this stuff, we have fun, but there are a lot of people that they're not around when you're not giving them things. You know what I mean? When you're not dropping videos 3 times a day and stuff, they totally ghost. And I'm like, all right, well, I remember you when I'm, you know, when I'm building back up again. Man, I've been kicking it hard lately too. I tell you, I really got motivated by that stupid doctor telling me, you know, you should just look at everything, and you know, maybe come consigned to the idea that you can't walk as much, you know. And it's like, fuck that. I'm gonna do as much as I can. So this week I busted out, let's see, how many miles have I gotten? I have gotten 26 miles this week.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I was like, screw this, man. And now again, if I ever get to the point in life where I have to be, you know, again, I get it. You know, we all have our problems, but I don't like it when people want you to be, you know, you're like, don't struggle. Like, you know, don't try. So I don't know. It motivated me. It motivated me for all the it's weird. You know, like doctors don't motivate you for the right reasons.
No,
it's
they
kind of like
don't.
when people write you safe harbor letters and threaten you for
Oh, that
10
reminds me.
pages.
That reminds me. I want to make a little bit of a clarification about last night and what we were reading,
Mhm.
because I think there was some miscommunication that about what it actually was. So you all know that Lips and her husband didn't file with the court, but sent Randy the letter saying that they were offering safe harbor and we had 21 days or they were going to sanction us. They're going to file a motion for sanctions. Well, Randy's response was also safe harbor.
Mhm.
I don't know if we specified that. What he was saying was what you filed is completely and totally wrong. What you're alleging here is totally wrong. You're
Yeah.
not allowed to do that. And you should know that this is wrong. And because you're a lawyer and you should know, or you did know, or you should have known, we can now file against you for safe harbor. And so it's battling safe harbors. It's very funny. It's safe harbor against safe harbor.
It sounds like it's turning into a naval battle.
It's turning into a naval battle, which is interesting because I just found out that Lips might have a boat at stake. There may be a boat at
Oh,
stake
wow.
here. We may
That's
have an
fascinating.
actual naval battle on our hands. And the safe harbor thing is, so it's neither one has been filed with the court yet.
Hey, you know, my favorite thing I've seen. So there was a clip that somebody put up over in the quote unquote fan group, right? And you know how these people are always telling us like they don't listen to us. They never listen into our shows or anything, right?
Yeah.
Well, there's a clip, and it's 2L blah blah blah, and in the background you can hear Megan's show.
And for sure you can hear our birthday song really
Oh
clearly.
yeah, it's
Happy
100%.
birthday. Yeah, it's hysterical. DTG 1032 says maritime law engaged. Yeah, we need Jeff. We need Jeff really badly for this. Imagine the jokes that he would be giving right
Oh
now.
my God.
Oh, I love it.
Man, I've seen between that, you know, apparently this is now your lawsuit. That's
Yes.
the thing, you know. Apparently it is all from, you know, it's all Megan's fault. Like it's shifted from blame Jeremy to somehow blame Megan, which is kind of interesting, you know?
Yes. It is. It's really bizarre. Jeremy Hales has been completely erased from this lawsuit. It is all me. You're a blip on the radar too. It is Megan's lawsuit. Bruce is referring to it as Megan's lawsuit.
I think it's hilarious too. I mean, God, they are so butthurt about you in this lawsuit. It's
Damn
amazing.
the guns, man the torpedoes. The chat, you're killing me. You're killing me, chat.
It's funny because I mean they are obsessed though with this being your lawsuit. Although in the whining and complaining, BBB actually made a statement that I thought was kind of interesting. He was talking about how let me pull up the right one. Give me 1 second here. I won't put it on the screen because it's in my phone, but I want to I'm going to correctly note what he says. So he's going through all the stuff that came up. First of all, I love that he's going after Silverman too. Like he loves dumping on Silverman for some reason. But he's going through.
Yeah. Why is he talking about Silverman's malpractice? What the hell did Silverman do other than give her really good advice and help her?
Yeah, saved her butt, man. I mean, that's that's the amazing stuff. So they're talking about 3 legal actions, though. Even he's bringing up the 3. He said, there's Stark's illness. This is how they want to talk about the dismissals they had, though. The Stark's illness necessitating dismissals plus Silverman's malpractice. That's what they call that. They don't call it, it should be LP digging a hole for herself, because she made such a mess out of that. And I think Silverman, he did the best with what he had. He was like, dude, he got her out of there with no attorney fees. Come on, he's a lawyer.
That was a win. Jeremy, I don't think would have ever agreed to that if he had known what was going to happen afterwards,
Well,
so she got off very lucky.
I want to know what Fed 1 is. If that's malpractice and you get her out without anything, what is Fed 1? Dumping people in the middle of litigation without turning over any discovery or anything else? What is that?
That's a very good question.
I mean, man, because they are still... Most people look at that thing, they are in a bad place there. I mean, a very bad place. But he keeps bringing up the 3 legal actions, and it's hilarious. The way it's being spun, you can tell he knows. Like, whoops, you don't get another one. Sorry about that, but
and he's blaming Silverman for it. Like,
yeah,
it's not. It's not Silverman's fault.
It's all amazing there.
The chat is killing me. Parlay. The chat is just all on the naval talk. We've gone from Navy to pirates to God. You guys are killing me. Someone said, "Why is the rum all gone?"
I like the questions like, when are we going to get like the sob sit moments? I actually like. Okay, so we got that motion for sanctions. The thing that they loved hyping up, and it's like, are you kidding me? This this is what you hyped up. I mean, we got the letter that goes along with it, of course, and giving the whole 21 days, blah, blah, that's the safe harbor letter. And then along with it again, we have the motion for sanctions.
Oh yeah, we have it.
Yes,
we have it. We have their motion for sanctions that they are threatening to file with the court if we don't drop this in 21 days. And by the way, they also have 21 days from yesterday to drop this ridiculous bullshit, or our motion we read last night is going in.
Yeah. It's amazing, though, what they're trying to play here. It astounds me because, again, it's not really a denial that their vexatious litigation existed. It's bullshit excuses. They also keep wanting to say, well, we can bring it again if we want.
Yeah, no, they can't, because they got it dismissed twice and we got a judgment. They cannot, that might as well be a judgment with prejudice. You can't bring it again, you dumbass.
No,
he won.
Exactly. I was like, well, that's what we keep saying with you added us, took us out, added us again, and we got our judgment. So
Which
sorry
means
about
the
your luck.
second you file it again, we file a motion to dismiss, and all we have to do is attach the voluntary dismissal at both of them that shows you did it twice and we got a judgment, and it's over. And then you get sanctioned again.
I'm telling you, we go for like with these people, as many times as they pulled this game here, aiming at other people, like so many folks, they want to talk all this bluster and brag how, you know, oh, they can sink anybody. We're gonna get all this money. Yeah, it's not gonna look good, man. It's not gonna look good at all. Like they have done this so many times. There's so many different people, and they don't think that that's going to come up. Really? It's amazing. Yeah. So here's our wonderful, though, motion for sanction. Our threat against us. Isn't this fun? You know, because we're being threatened again. When you look at it. Yeah, we're being threatened.
We're threatening to file in 21 days.
Yeah, and it's a threat because we filed a lawsuit because they filed an erroneous lawsuit, and again dropped it from. We didn't do anything when they dropped us the first time. We didn't do anything at all. We were like, oh, okay, this is weird. You know, even though she was lying and saying that she had some kind of talk with us, which again is reputational damage as well. We didn't have anything. She was lying. She absolutely lied in that document, but threatened us. Added us back. We said, you know, if you're going to do that, like, again, you're going to pull this crap. We are definitely going to take this crap to court. And she did it anyway, you know, and she just kept threatening us. She, like I said, she dogs people. I don't want to ever leave that out because she used that lawsuit as a bludgeon. She used it against just random people. She used it against YouTubers, but they inserted it at a state level and a federal level in cases that had nothing to do with it. Neither one of them were involved in those cases. And then they dropped the lawsuit. So, I mean, they meant to do damage with it. There is nothing. How could you look at that and not say that was intended as a malicious lawsuit?
I don't think you can.
I don't see how you could.
I mean,
so this idea that they're, you know, they want to go out and run them out. Anybody with half a brain cell to rub together with another half a brain cell, looking at this from the outside, should be able to tell, wait a minute, you know, all this bluster and all this bullshit, all this braggadocious crap, it doesn't mean anything. Hey, hold down for 1 second. I got to get a drink real fast.
Yeah,
I forgot my water.
Yeah, I am predicting that they are going to drop this stupid motion for sanctions before the 21 days safe harbor is up, because upon further, you know, looking at this, for one, they added absolutely no evidence to it, but for two, this would normally be something that you would put in a motion to dismiss, not a motion for sanctions. The reasoning that they're giving for sanctions doesn't belong in a motion for sanctions. It belongs in a motion to dismiss. Now, they could refile as a motion to dismiss, but they're going to still have to put in actual evidence. They're going to have to put in the statements they're talking about. So these defamatory statements, the things that they're saying were done, the harassment, etc., all of that they're claiming, they're going to have to show proof of it. And they haven't done that. And they've I was just telling the chat, Tug, that they've done what they've put in here is not really a motion for sanctions. It should be a motion to dismiss. They put it in the wrong motion. These are the really great lawyers, by the way. Michael Federigos knows what he's doing. He's $500 an hour, but he wrote a motion for sanctions that should have been a motion to dismiss, and he forgot to put any of the evidence in. It's going to be hilarious.
We're going to appeal for 8 hours a day. We're working full time just watching YouTube. Like, what?
What?
You're pulling that bullshit. See, that's the kind of bullshit right there.
They're already fabricating their hours.
Yeah, that is a total fabrication. You know, either that or I really, you know, if you're billing people like that, holy God, I hope not. I hope not. Because that's insanity. You know,
It seems to me that they're admitting fraudulent billing practices.
it does. I mean, that's 100%. You know, if you're going to say in 21 days that you're going to,
$168,000.
oh my God, man. I was like, do what now? You really going to try to tell a court that?
Go for it. You know, I mean, look,
Shit.
Clayton, think of it this way. Clayton Eckerd fought off that crazy bitch for 11 months. 11 months, multiple filings, 11 months. And his legal bills were like $180,000. You're telling me that these people, and Greg Woodnick, by the way, charges $500 an hour. He's a $500 an hour lawyer. You're telling me that these people are going to rack up $168,000 bill in 21 days? I could get Greg Woodnick for a fraction of that.
Oh, it's so funny. I was just like, man, why don't you feed these people like something else? You know, but again, I mean, everything these people say is such garbage. I listen to their so-called attorney. I mean, oh my God, man. The learned attorneys over there, indeed, right? So
I think my favorite part, I listened to a little bit of their shit show last night, and I think my favorite part of the show last night was when some lawyer who allegedly wasn't Bruce told Fleesa, you really should stop telling them what they're doing, because what they're doing wrong, because they'll screw up, if you don't tell them. And she was like, don't tell me what to do. This is my show. I'm going to do whatever I want. I'm going to say whatever I want. This is my show. Oh, you're going to tell me I can't say that now?
I liked it. No, my favorite part, I saw the clip of her being like, I know so much about these from reading so many legal filings and so many precedents. I ought to take the bar. Oh my God, please do.
Okay, sure.
See, that's the difference. Like these clowns, this is what kills me. Again, I know that I have faults in, I'm not a lawyer. I don't pretend to be a lawyer. I have kept up with many cases, though. I know how things should play out. Now, again, I see new things all the time, which is good. If I don't understand something, I will approach lawyers. Sometimes when I approach lawyers, they don't know, and I will have to find another lawyer, because there are specialty lawyers out there too. So you got to roll through that stuff. And I'm the first to admit, I'm a lay person, but I've watched enough cases. Like I said, I know some stuff about it. I know how certain things should appear. And we have a pretty good track record of getting things right, I think, too.
We do. We have a very good track record. My court prognosticator abilities are quite good.
But, we don't sit around and be like, I can take the bar. No. No.
I think I have said I would like to try it sometime. I would like to. I don't think I could. I don't think I could pass without studying, but I would like to try it. I would.
I could go the Better Call Saul route and go the, what was it? The University of something Samoa. I can't remember.
Yeah, the University of Samoa, right?
Let's see, what was that university name? It's something Samoa. Oh, American Samoa.
American
That's what
Samoa.
it was. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, I could go that route perhaps, but I could probably find some place online. But yeah, passing the bar is a little different. I mean, you never know. You could get lucky, but
I don't think she could pass.
No, she can't. I mean, some of the stuff that I've heard them say in clips, it kills me inside a little bit, because, it's funny. I get a good laugh out of it, but at the same time, they're selling this package to people. And some people have been believing it, even though, you see this stuff implode in front of them. It doesn't explode. It falls in on itself. It eats itself. It implodes. And they don't learn. Failure after failure after failure. We've heard it from everything from protective orders to bankruptcy to federal. This is the same person that didn't even know which which filing they were supposed to be talking about when they answered it. But yeah, they know. Oh, it's amazing. Could you imagine that person like representing you for real? Oh my God.
No, God, no.
Please represent Ray. Please do it. I want it. You know, they look up some stuff on AI and ask a couple of morons, and they think that they have a handle on it, you know? And I don't know, it boggles me because I think they really do believe that sometimes. I think they think they could. All right. Her motion, though. All right. So again, we have the come nows, blah, 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 blah. You know how that goes. So we'll skip through. This is, again, just to make sure, you know, with this is aimed toward us. So give me 1 second. Wait, let me make sure I give me 1 second. I want to make sure I remove the thing at the end. You know, there's always a phone number. Okay, yeah, I did. All right, I was just making sure I redacted. I was like, I think I redacted this document. Well, let me make sure. I don't want to run across that phone number and address at the end, you know?
Yeah.
All right, so
bad.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Not that bad, but I mean,
Yeah,
you know, we try
you just
not
never
to.
know. Yeah, I try not to, even though it is, again, you know, these things that's already the same information is in many a document, but I try to remove them anyway. So preliminary statement of facts on July 28th, 2025, plaintiff is represented by Randall Shockett Esquire, filed an amended complaint naming 5 plaintiffs. Now, we all know our names, so I don't think we have to be.
Yeah, we don't have to go through it again.
Now, this amended complaint, it asserts 2 claims against each of the defendants: abuse of process and malicious prosecution arising out of, well, the case that they brought. Again, you know how that's set up, folks. All right. Now, the defendant, Leslie Federico's, filed her original lawsuit pro se on May 19th. After being repeatedly defamed and harassed on plaintiffs' YouTube channels, after sending out cease and desist letters. Now, this is the first falsehood right here. First of all, reading this, she's pro se. She sent out the, because she's representing herself, right?
Yeah, that's what she said here. It's very confusing.
No, I think this is pretty clear. She's representing herself. So there is no one else involved in the case, right? There is no one else. So she sent out cease and desist letters. Huh? Because there was somebody else's name on that.
Because her husband's name was on the one that I got.
Yeah.
Alleged.
And you wrote to clarify if that was real. Now, the other lie there is she never sent me one. She didn't even bother to communicate. So this whole idea that there were cease and desist letters is a flagrant falsehood. You know, again, it's jacked up. She knows she did not send these things out correctly. She did not find, and the idea to repeatedly defamed and harassed. Actually, she originally filed a lawsuit against other people, and then she decided to add more people after she had done quite a few messed up things, including the distribution of a certain video. I think we've talked about that some. So, defendant Leslie Federico's, through her counsel, how did she pick up counsel? Is that what we're hearing? Because she's pro se. Who's her counsel? I'm confused here.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, this is confusing. So she's pro se, so the only counsel would be herself, right? At the time. So if through her counsel she amended, are we talking about him being added on? Again, this is terribly written. It's so bad.
Yep, Doritos. We're talking about Doritos.
So badly written. Subsequently amended the complaint without leave of court on May 27th, prior to any party being served, and then filed a leave to amend a second time on June 16th, 2025. As for the defendant's voluntary dismissal of the case, the court had not ruled on the motion for leave to amend. This is a whole lot of word nothing. What's the point in what was said here?
I don't know. This is just all about what I did. Here's what had happened was.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't
is.
mean anything. Like it just suddenly stops. It's like okay. So two of the plaintiffs, Megan Fox and Mathen were never served. Now again, we went over this as the never served, and I think Randy brought this up very well.
Never served. It's like a never nude.
We are the never served. Yeah, the never nudes. Oh my God, I was watching that the other day. I
love that show so
that show is so ridiculous. I love it.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Arrested Development is one of
we
the
should
best
be the
shows
never served.
ever. We're the never. I'm a never served.
Yeah. Are you too? How many of you out there are never served? Jeremy doesn't raise his hand. Everyone else does. I'm sorry, Jeremy.
Oh, God. Cut to us crying in the shower.
Oh, it's so funny. Now, Randy actually answered that very well. Here, let's pull up what he had to say. Okay. So, as far as us not being served, which is, again, their whole grounds for saying we're going to come at you is based on, well, actually, I mean, that's their entire case.
There are dozens of us. Dozens.
I love it. The never serves.
Holy God. You just got a $200 super chat.
Actually, Megan, wait, it is.
Check it out.
Crap. Holy crap, man. Wait, wait, I don't know if you just wanted to send that much, because it reads the way that if it's not correct, delete it and it won't go through. Okay. So go ahead and delete the comment. All right. I'm just making sure if it's correct, it's there, because I don't know if that's what you meant to send. If you meant to send it, awesome. But if you did not, knock it out. That's what I'm saying. So I want to make sure that, with any big ones like that.
I wish YouTube had
we don't have a reverse button. So
there's no reverse button for creators, and it makes it really difficult.
I always, with large super chats, I want to make sure while you can see it.
Oh, she says she did, or he says he did. Yep. That it was for real.
Okay, it's real. Okay, all right. I'm just making sure. I love you for it. I appreciate it. But like I said, I want to look out for you too. You people, like I said, y'all are amazing for real. We run a show here. We have so much fun with what I worked for a long time in mental health. I helped out all the people I could. I mean, it felt like it ate a piece of my soul, working with kids. It ate something in me. And it took me years to get that back. And doing this, though, it doesn't feel like work. It's fun. I have fun all the time. I get to come in here, hang out with friends. Right now, like our show, we're hanging out, 2 friends goofing off, but we can bring in other friends. We can turn it into a party. And that's work. Oh my God. And you folks, you allow us to do it. So I appreciate it, and I'm very protective of you all too. All right. I'm gonna get off my soapbox there. I am though. I never, if you're blessed in life, if you never feel like you work a day, right? So,
yep.
So here's what Randy had to say about this though. This is case law. All right. I want everyone to understand this, because this drives a stake through the heart of that stupid, they were never served. So filing a lawsuit against a party constitutes the initiation of a judicial proceeding for the purpose of malicious prosecution claim in Florida. Now, the Florida Supreme Court clarified that the commencement of a judicial proceeding, which is the first element of a malicious prosecution claim, occurs when the filing of a lawsuit and the joining of a party defendant. Okay, so drinking that in there, You'll notice as we go forward, it's going to tell you something very important. Listen to this. This is sufficient to meet the requirement of initiating a proceeding, and service of process on the defendant is not required to establish this element. So I don't have to be served. That's what it's telling you. Even not in this case they're talking about. In Debrincat, how do we figure out how are we pronounce it? I don't know. That's such a weird word.
Yeah, I don't know. It is a weird word. I couldn't
It
read it
is.
last night either.
Debrincat, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, but the court emphasized that the filing of a lawsuit and the addition of a party defendant constitute the commencement of a judicial proceeding against that party. And in Alamo Rent-A-Car, the court reiterated that the commencement of a judicial proceeding is a necessary element of the malicious prosecution claim without specifying that the service of process is required. This means that under Florida law, the act of filing a lawsuit itself is sufficient to constitute the initiation of a proceedings for the purpose of malicious prosecution, even if the defendant has not yet been served. Drink that in. Staple that to every claim that they throw out there, babies. Because that right there, that just boiled their bunny.
Uh-huh.
Here, let me get back to my document. It kills me because they keep saying this over and over again. Like that is the end.
I know,
all.
they're still saying it. And they
They
have
are.
they have the legal argument against it, and they're just ignoring it like it's not there. It's just awful.
Well, they're selling it to people. And this is their new grift, by the way. You know, we're out here again. You know, for all the claims that these idiots put out about, oh, people are being mean and they say something. They went out and they tried to put something where when people search our names, they will run across it and it will be damaging. They have done their damnedest to do that and then drop it again. It wasn't meant for it, you know. They didn't mean a lawsuit with it. They just meant damage. That's it. And they've admitted that. So it's craziness. But the remaining three plaintiffs in this case, so they're talking about Hale's, LLC, and George, never responded to or answered the original complaint, the amended complaint, or subsequent motion for leave to amend. The only filing filed was the notice of appearance and the acceptance of service filed on 6/16/2025. So now they're moving the goal line, by the way. Now it doesn't matter if you were
Well,
served.
he was served, but he didn't file anything else. Why does that matter? You dropped it before he could respond.
Indeed. Malicious, man. They want to go out. They want to do something. They want to be nasty about it. And then they want to play, well, we need to move a different way. All right. You want to read?
Sure.
All right. I didn't know if you were making pictures or.
I am, but I will
you want
read.
me to read?
No,
Okay.
I'll read.
Oh.
I have it on two separate screens, so I can do two things at once.
I have problems with that multitasking, you know, because I'll get playing around with something. You know, actually, if I'm doing something, if I tell you I'm playing a video game, I'm probably playing a video game, making pictures. I might be trying to edit a song too. So in one ear, I'm listening, in the other ear, I'm trying to listen to the song. Man, if people saw, like, that's one reason I love being behind an avatar. Because if you saw all the stuff I'm doing here, you'd be like, either you'd laugh at it or you'd be like, what a jerk.
What a jerk. No, you know what? I got this comment. I get these occasionally. I got this comment on the YouTube channel and on our last stream, and it said, I haven't watched your show since you started using a cartoon avatar. And I won't be back until you turn the camera on. You know, I hate to say it, folks, but that makes me want to keep the camera off forever. Like, what? Why do I owe you that? Like, what if, don't you guys remember what radio was like? Pretend you're listening to the radio, okay? You don't need to see my face at all times. And, you know, I save it for the day streams because everybody needs a break from the camera. I'm sorry, but if you're on camera every day, It is exhausting. I have to do my hair, to put makeup on. I have to think about what shirt I'm wearing. Like, nobody needs this all the time. No. No.
I'm like,
Sometimes we can use avatars, okay?
I'm like, decked out with, I don't have a shirt on. I'm sitting around and, it's just ridiculous. I have like a heating blanket on me with another blanket rolled around me. I don't want to have to put on any airs. I would rather, one of the things I always liked about this approach is you have to pay attention to what I'm saying. That's the merit here. It doesn't matter how I appear. It matters what I say, because the value in shows, we've gotten, when you look at like TikTok and all this other garbage, again, if you make TikTok, I don't mean anything negative towards you.
No, I
but
know
if
what
you
you
look,
mean, because it's so self-centered and it's
well,
so it is exhausting. You have to play for the camera.
yeah,
I
it's
do
about
have,
self. A lot of
yep,
it is about self. It's lean that, because the shorter the videos, they either, you're dealing with clips from shows, maybe, some of that stuff, or you're dealing with people like dancing around and doing. And again, that whatever, but it's self-motivated, and I don't want you to focus on that. I want these things that we do to be an idea, because really, the whole idea here, when we start off, we were talking about false accusations. We're talking about, whether that's what we're dealing with right now. We're dealing with the results of malicious prosecution, vexatious litigation. We're talking about lies that are put out. And again, we make light of them, because we laugh about stuff, but these things are wholly intended to torpedo people's lives. This is how you ruin people's lives. And they've tried this before. So,
yeah,
anyway.
agreed. But yeah, I'll read. After the defendants filed their lawsuit, plaintiffs, all these people who we know, us, the Kodunks, that's what we'll call them, the Kodunks, made written and verbal threats against defendant Leslie Federico's on their respective YouTube channels. You know what? She did not bring up these threats. And so you know what? I'm going to show you mine, this alleged threat. Let me show you. I'm going to bring it up because guess what? I have it because it's my channel. And I know exactly what she is referring to.
What, the fact that you'll sue?
Yes. Here, this is what she's referring to. Let me bring this up so you can see it. You'll have to pull down what's up there.
Give me one second. Okay, you got it.
Okay. All right. Let's see if I can I get closer to this? Yeah. I said this was after her voluntary dismissal. I posted it up and I said, oh, Lips, this is not going to be good enough. If you want out of this mess you've made, I'm going to need some things. All communications between you and the ecosystem since you got involved. 2, a public apology. 3, a written promise to never sue me or mention my name ever again. And if those things are done, I will consider not going after you for vexatious litigation and the publishing of a defamatory and disgusting video. If these things are not done, turn the music up. We're just getting ready to dance. That's it. That's the threat. That's
apparently saying I will seek justice.
Right.
Yes, I have the right to, number one, say I'm going to seek justice. Number 2, I'm telling you what it's going to take. And
I'm giving you my terms. My terms are all they're all lawful things. She's going to have to turn over those communications and discovery during a lawsuit anyway. Yep. This is exactly right. It's not a threat. It's a condition of a settlement. If she wanted to settle this problem that we have, which she created, these are the things I need. And then I'll consider it. But it was too late. She didn't do it, and so now it's too late. Those my conditions have changed.
Yeah, indeed. I noted what I wanted as well. I talked about it. And I talked about it live too. I did not. I'm supposed. It amazes me because these bullies. That's what they are. They're bullies. They tell you they can hire. In fact, they put up a website which they've now taken down after they know that they're supposed to preserve everything there. They've been told that, keep that stuff around because, first of all, Jeremy Hales has 100% told them, you're in a lawsuit. It's not going away. I am coming for you. Preserve everything. So they 100% knew that. But they had a website that said that you could put someone's name in there and that they would target them for you. Bully exterminators. They put a term on it, but that's going to play really well. I'm curious what kind of communications that thing had.
I also spent some time today with the team finding evidence of her harassing us online with her buying up websites, redirecting them to her defamatory website, with them cackling and laughing about how she's going to wreck our SEO results. And guess what? I have it all. It didn't get deleted, Lips.
Yeah, that was a major mistake right there. Just so much of it is a mistake, though. Again, she talked about before she filed her lawsuit. She talked about why she puts them up, which is, again, to destroy people's reputations. Afterwards, I mean, she sat around while she initiated. So if you need any more proof that this is a vexatious lawsuit, we have it. We can play her talking about it. It's not going to play well.
Yeah.
Oh man, they think this stuff is going to play. They think that they can get out and boo-hoo and say, actually, no. Your dates, they were all lies. We have 100 pages of what you filed. You can claim anything like this right here or anything in this lawsuit. When it doesn't align with your prior lawsuit, that's going to be a problem,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's going to be amazing. They think that what I think they're doing is they're trying to scare us into dropping our lawsuit.
Oh, they're absolutely doing that. Oh, and by the way, if you've missed the great flea cap on Just J Hip today, you are going to have to go back and listen to it. It is one of the funniest and so accurate. You don't have to listen to the flea show. You can just listen to Just J Hip's reenactment of it. And what was funny, as I was listening, because I've listened to both the show and his recap, so I can say with certainty that it's very accurate. It's just more comedic and easier to listen to. And
easier to listen to.
Much easier to listen to. But what was funny was that he reminded me that Fleece spent an inordinate amount of time trying to scare me. I actually I don't like her, but I feel sorry for her. She doesn't know that she has ruined her life. If she doesn't she should drop this. She should definitely drop this because it's going to affect her children for the rest of her life, their lives. I mean, she's just put her family at risk. That is the kind of stuff that she's saying. Oh, I feel really bad for her. I mean, you don't feel bad for me, Lisa. You're not trying to help me. You're trying to help me right over a cliff. So whatever it is that you're suggesting I do, trust me, I'm going to do the opposite.
Well, it's strange. It's like they run PR for people or something,
Yeah, it is. She's become the PR team now instead of for LMNOP.
Well, because that's going to be watched. You watch when they start trying to raise money for them. You watch, it'll happen because LP is ruined. There is no more grift for LP. In fact, LP popped up in their chat the other night. You know what they did? They ghosted her. They pretended she wasn't there. They deleted every comment. All of them have. Like, she is unpersoned. She's not welcome anymore. It's amazing.
And they will start raising funds for that. In fact, when they get sanctioned, they're going to start raising funds for that too, I bet.
Yep. Oh yeah, they're going to, 100% they're going to start raising funds there, and it's going to be hilarious because it just shows they needed a new grift. Their old grift had died out. I mean, you can only go so far with it.
Oh, shout out to Miyagi, by the way. Miyagi Clyde Barkley is in the chat. Miyagi, I've been enjoying your shorts. God, do I laugh and laugh and laugh again.
Oh my
It's good
God.
stuff. It's good stuff. Creative, very good questions you're asking too.
No, you know what I like is that they are obsessed with this really small channel. Like she points out, she says that I'm this little bitty channel, and I mean, they cannot stop obsessing about Miyagi. I think that's hilarious. You know, they could just let it slide. They could just ignore, but they can't. They can't stand it because Miyagi is hitting right where it needs to, and that little bitty doggy just gets under the skin. I love it.
Yep.
Anyway, back to your reading.
Oh, yeah, where was I?
You're right.
They
reading.
published non-public information on these channels.
What?
Okay,
What's non-public information?
Nothing. There's nothing non-public.
I'd like to know what
any of it.
non-public. Are you talking about lawsuits that you've been involved in?
I think you might be trying to say like her TikTok photos and stuff. Ma'am, TikTok is public. I found those on TikTok myself. They were public facing. Just because you deleted them does not mean they weren't completely open to the public. You were advertising yourself there, dear.
And all your lawsuits are 100% available to the public. That's an issue. If we didn't have a lawsuit to go over, we can read what it is. We can read the claim at the front and other filings. Again, they exist online.
Oh, she might also mean the documents that I got from her filing against her husband, because those are locked on the docket. But, sources come in all forms. I'm a journalist, so sorry about that. Sorry, I'm a journalist, but I'm not sorry.
Well, you'd be surprised what you can find online too. You know what I mean? That's
oh yeah.
That's what I always tell. If you're good at looking for things before you manage to lock everything down, documents get out there, and that's the thing. I mean, if they're there, they're there. So, non-public, nah. Just because it's embarrassing. It's like we've learned many times, because something is embarrassing. And what's messed up about it is these claims. Are you telling me they're false? Are they not real? Because this puts you in a weird quandary. Like, the things that were alleged there are horrific. Mm-hmm. And if those things are true, then you have some pretty horrible problems continuing, I would say, just being around that. But if they're false, then that says that a person, they promote falsehoods. And if they promote falsehoods and they try to wreck lives, well then, because it's not just those claims that were in the docket. There are TikTok videos too of their conversations where she's saying that, hey, you're a monster. And we picked those up as well. Those were public. I mean, I wonder sometimes, either it's kind of like the John Cook equation. Either you're not aware of the scope of the crazy, just don't notice it. There's truth in it. Or I don't know. I don't see why you would ignore somebody, again, trying to 100% destroy you, because I'm not going to ignore it. I'm not going to ignore the fact that this person tried to do it.
Exactly. So she's not specific though about what the non-public information is she's talking about on these channels and it doesn't really matter, because I'm a journalist and I get lots of information from lots of sources on these channels with the intent to harass and continue to defame defendant Leslie Federico. No, the intent is to inform the public of who this person is that's publicly attacking Jeremy Hales and publicly attacking us. That was to inform the public about who she is and what she does. It was extremely relevant to show her false accusations or her pattern of behavior.
Yeah, and it's continued that way. I mean, what we found through investigation is the fact that you have this cycle of approach. We're talking about the litigation that ultimately ends up getting dropped, but you have videos just like the Hodunk Hillbillies, all of this. I mean, what we found, again, is public-facing information that way. And we found a lot. If we wouldn't have investigated, remember, they tried to play the whole Hold on Killbilly as some anonymous person out there until we investigated and we found out who. And afterwards, I think that horrified them. I think they have a real problem with the Hold on Killbilly videos too. They're gonna have some of that stuff. Yeah, you could lock down as free speech, but some of it, especially with the whole pattern of behavior. You can see the intent to harass and to defame. It's just amazing. She wants to yell those words. And
I
yet
would
you
like to know
see-
what her intention was with reposting the revenge prawn of me and Jeremy Hales. What was the intent there? What was the purpose of that?
Oh yeah, and I mean it was fascinating that she admitted what it was. She used those same words. She called it that.
Mm-hmm.
But
She did.
Mhm.
Defendant lips after the Leslie. Wait, what? Oh, intent to harass and continue to defame defendant Leslie Federigos after the Leslie Federigo after the Leslie
After the Leslie, after
the Leslie Federigos filed her lawsuit. In this corner, we have the Leslie Federigos. The harassing publications escalated following the lawsuit's filing. What harassing publications? Now you're talking about publication?
She's never been exposed as who she is. So that's the thing. Most people, when she does this crazy move, they go on the defensive because they're like, oh my God, she's used to besieging someone and they lock down trying to make it. So I don't care what you say about me, but I'm going to expose who's doing this to me. Because part of defending yourself isn't just hitting the claims head on and being like, this is garbage, this is false. But you also, this is the person trying to do this to me. And they bring up a very good point. Like until they sued people, I didn't bring them up at all. Neither did you, never by name. One thing I mentioned, there was somebody, and I told I would not note who they were or anything because I would not give them any type of exposure because I knew that's what they wanted. But they were putting out press releases because everybody was bringing this up. Look at these press releases. They were asking people to make contact. They were begging for people to say something. And then when somebody said something, oh my God, I'm suing right off the bat.
What? Lisa said I've been emailing Lips daily. I didn't hear that, and I did listen to the show, but maybe I zoned out. I didn't hear her say that, but if she did, that's really funny. I have only emailed her one time or two times when we were discussing after the cease and desist, which allegedly I was emailing her husband, but I still don't know. And I have that conversation, which I've read to you guys. That was
that happened with Alive, actually. All of that stuff was going on while we were live. So
I can't imagine emailing her daily. That would be so insane. I'm not emailing her. No,
that would be funny though. Well, I mean, we do know the wild thing too is she was indeed mailing people though. While litigation was happening, she was actually communicating with people that she was suing. Isn't that crazy?
It is
she
crazy.
Was harassed, like with Jeremy. Good Lord, they tried to spin Jeremy, mailing her one time, and it's like, yeah, okay. Well, what about all the mailings that he's essentially responding to? Because he's not mailing her out of the blue. She'd been mailing him forever.
Yep.
So crazy. All of it.
Number 5. Additionally, all plaintiffs publicized the lawsuit filed by the defendants against them during their YouTube live streams. Oh my God, Tug, we talked about being sued?
Yeah, well, that tells you why they did it. They did it to take away my First Amendment rights. They wanted to silence me. You know why they want to silence me? Because I'm pointing out the insanity that is being done to not just a man, but also everyone around him. It's Hales, George, anybody that gets anywhere near their orbit. Like all of this stuff. And we're pointing that out. Yeah, of course they want to silence us. They
And she's
figured.
claiming that by doing that, it's intending to intimidate the defendants from pursuing their case. Give me a break. We're just making fun of you for filing it.
I have every right to talk about things that happen to me. you
have
no
every
right.
right to say to somebody who tries to use the judicial system to bankrupt you, you have every right to say, if you do this, I will wreck you.
Yeah.
Because
It's all-
we didn't file. This is a great reminder that we didn't start this. Don't start none, won't be none.
Well, and again, she can say anything that she wants about, oh, blah 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 blah. These are attorneys. One is an ex or retired or whatever the fuck they want to call themselves, but these are or were attorneys, and for them to try to claim that in the courtroom that they don't know how things operate, fuck that. They want to go after people. They want to use lawfare to intimidate folks. Again, their problem is all of this bullshit, it will be met with a docket. All we have to do is pull out of the docket and be like, look at how many times this stuff has happened, how many dismissals there have been. This is a pattern of behavior that very well meets. I think we can make a good case for somebody being very vexatious.
I think we can. Let's see, where was I? These broadcasts. Oh, wait. Yes, these broadcasts contain false depictions of the events. What events? And solicited donations from viewers. It's YouTube, ma'am. Ma'am, this is YouTube. Resulting in extreme harassment directed at defendant Leslie Federico's extreme harassment. Oh my God.
This lady said online though with
light mocking about how you look like a Muppet. Oh my God. I could only wish that the roasting I've received over the years was that easy.
Oh, again, she asked to be roasted though.
She did.
Claim, so I mean, how do you claim that? How do you claim like people are bullying me? Again, she put up I wonder how far I can zoom in on this. She put up a picture of myself. I mean, some of the pictures that she put up, one of them looks like a death threat. That would absolutely be something that I will bring into. You should see some of the pictures she put up, but some of the stuff I can show, for example, let's see. She's suing. Here, let me pull this up real fast. All this stuff becomes relevant. I'm glad I save everything. I'm glad you do too. And so many other people do. She pulled up all this stuff, saying that she put it. I mean, these are people she's suing, all these folks where she's making these videos about them. And she is asking them to create content about her. You can see it. Hot Lips is hungry for good content. She tagged in DJ Radis, Jeremy. I can't show the one for myself. I'll probably get tagged for a death threat against myself.
Right.
I mean, it's crazy.
I literally have a video of her, an audio of her screaming, "How dare you make fun of me? How dare you make fun of the way I look?" She literally said that, angry and almost crying. Like, this is not a normal person.
Well, this is the person again. I mean, she asked people to make fun of her.
And then how dare you?
Yeah. You can't have it both ways. But we tracked so many accounts that we knew were her. Like she was spending all night just harassing the shit out of people on all these different accounts. We can prove that she was using multiple accounts too, because in her own filings, she was using fake accounts with a fake name. You remember that she had like that, what was it? Ashley something. I can't remember the last name of it, but when she photographed, all of the different stuff on Facebook, she was photographing it under a fake name.
Which is actually her daughter's name, which makes it really bad. That's the daughter who doesn't want to be associated.
That's awful.
And so she's using her daughter's name to do these things, which is really disturbing.
all this behavior is extremely disturbing when you look at it again, when you look at it objectively, and to find out that this has been empowered by other people. They're okay with it. Like, it's bad when you think, man, they're doing this without someone's knowledge. See, it was so crazy. A lot of us were willing to write an excuse for somebody that we had no idea about it. We were like, surely nobody's encouraging this, right? Well,
Right.
They can't know that they're doing this under their name. Oh, yeah, they did.
Oh,
100%.
yeah, he totally did.
Mhm.
All right, number 6. The plaintiffs all took initiative, publishing the defendant's lawsuit in front of their audience of over 730,000 subscribers. I guess the day it was filed. My
We all
audience
have.
isn't 730,000.
Well, this is their problem. They keep referring to everyone as one person. They don't address. This was the same thing that she did with her other bullshit. She would say that she did all these. She did this stuff uniformly to everyone, which is not everyone individual in this, but also that everyone did blah blah blah, which is totally false. Some things no one did. Some things happen from anonymous people online. Some things are quite legal, and she's spinning. Yeah.
The day it was filed. Yeah, we did read it the day it was filed.
Oh yeah, we read it. We read it
called
more.
Breaking news. And any action of taking judicial notice of such lawsuit was done secondarily to the publications of this lawsuit done by all plaintiffs on their own initiative. That has nothing to do with you filing judicial notice in Jeremy's federal case and the thumbnail case. Nothing to do with it. Nothing at all. You chose to do that. You chose to insert yourself into someone else's cases.
This is trying to get away with that. That's gonna fuck you right there. This is something.
He's blaming us. Unbelievable.
I mean, what? How in the world can you? Again, this is a lawsuit that Jeremy Hale's won. He 100% won. He said, "Bring it," and you were like, "No, I'm not." And they tried to spin this, by the way. They were like, "You know what? We did that so we could bait him into filing a lawsuit." That's another admission you probably shouldn't have made. That was pretty messed up to say too. That came from another one of the now on PR.
You want to pick up from here? I think it goes to the next page.
Additionally, only Jeremy Hales was a party in the federal case where the complaint was filed. The complaint, actually, there wasn't just a federal case. It wasn't just that case, by the way. So to pretend that it's, that it just happened in one, no.
It happened.
She put it on a federal level. She put it on a state level. Like I think that's a point that will be hammered.
And I also think that this is wrong where she says no other plaintiff was named a named party in such complaint. Well, that's true. We weren't named as a party, but we were named in the complaint. I believe.
Well,
we were named as, conspirators or whatever.
I wonder. Like, check these out too. Here, I put these away. I hadn't even looked at these. Check this out. So, of course, we have the filing there where she, put it into the state filing. But on top of that, of course, now these are a little blurry because of whether they were screenshot. You have her bragging about it online. She's sitting around bragging about it. We just filed my lawsuit as notice in Michelle's injunction case for the judge.
Whoa, in Ohio too? That's in Ohio. So they did it in 3 cases? Holy shit.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh,
I've forgotten all about that.
Oh my God. They did it in 3 cases. Yep. You've got to be shitting me.
Yep. She put it in everything and a protective order at that. How in God's name do you say this is not third party?
Uh-huh.
I mean, how in the world? You have one, and again, Jeremy this gives him a lot of ammunition to meet that head on because they went in and not only interfered with it, but he won this. And now he is suing this person for doing what they did. I would sue the shit out of them for trying to interfere with my protective order.
Oh, this is awful.
Yeah, this right here, though, I mean, it's next level. We are not talking about
Yeah, that's
interfering.
crazy.
Yeah, we're not talking about interfering in a state case.
Yeah, Jeremy
Perfect.
is verifying he did it in all 3.
Oh my God, Jeremy, that's next
Jeremy,
level, dude.
I thought it was just 2.
Yeah, for some reason, I don't
Oh
know.
my God, I
ran
forgot
across
about the
this.
Ohio case. This is crazy.
Yeah, see, I ran across this the
Let's
other
make
day, and I
sure
thought,
that our
holy
attorney
crap.
has this.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Because, I mean, this is admissions. She was bragging about it. She was bragging about that and bragging about stuff like, we'll be sending the judge an email with my lawsuit attached. So they were emailing the judges too. So on top of that, they emailed the judge. So were you put in a protective order, man? They fucking emailed these judges too, which 100%, if they did that, that should have been disclosed to your attorney. I don't know. We don't have any proof pro or con that that's done. But if that was not disclosed,
Jeremy, that should have been disclosed to your Ohio attorney. That email from her. I hope you have it. And
yeah, because I mean
if you don't have it, show this to your Ohio attorney and have him get it.
Because they're supposed to turn it over.
That would be a what do they call that? Oh God, what is it when the judge meets with the other side without you?
I can't think of what the fuck is
ex parte.
Yeah,
that's an ex parte communication.
I couldn't
so
think
if you don't have that email, here's proof she said she sent one. That's a big problem.
Yep. But that is somebody, I mean, this is undeniable proof that there was third-party solicitation. I mean, you have a chain of events that is undeniable. And this woman has the gall to pretend that she is the victim.
Oh, yeah, she's a crybaby.
She's fucked here. And they know, I mean, they can claim whatever they want. They better hope to God lightning strikes this down. Because if it doesn't, it's going to be amazing to present, to imagine a jury being told, this person right here, I have a protective order. After somebody pulled a pew-pew on me. After I had to fear for the people around me, the lives, and George has a protective order as well, so we have these, and this person, they've been brought in. Look at all this stuff they did. They tried to make my life hell. They bragged about it every night like there would be no ramification. This right here has dollar signs leaking out of it to me. So, I mean, the level of screw up in that is amazing. I'd forgotten, I found that the other night, and I was like, "Holy crap!" I was like, am I processing this correctly? Because again, Jeremy never talks about the protective order. That's yet more proof. Like, he doesn't talk about that. The judge said, "Don't talk about it," and these anti-Hales people, well, they definitely ended up with the documents. They ended up leaking stuff. That's how we found out about a lot of stuff. But yeah, that right there, man. We're going to have some fascinating discovery.
Oh, fascinating.
It's going to be so fascinating.
It triggers them so hard when you use the word fascinating.
I know, they get so butthurt about it. I love it. Hey, I'm fascinated. Yeah, dancing with my short arms because I'm fascinated.
You know what you need? You need a fascinator. We need a tug avatar and a fascinator.
Oh, I love it so much. I love how butthurt that makes them. I love how they just get butthurt over everything. Fascinated, burns them. I love it. Oh, but anyway, I thought that was, again, something people would find really interesting. So on the 17th of July, 2025, Randall Shockett Esquire contacted the defendants, made verbal threats. Oh, man, I love the spin here. Demanding the defendants turn over their communications with third parties by meeting with him and his client, Jeremy Hales. They sought third-party communication between Leslie Federigos and named defendants in the federal case in which Jeremy Hales and other parties are, in which Jeremy Hales and his LLC are parties. So I love now. Now it's going to be spun. You know what's really cool about this? This is this is admitting that there were indeed some communications that went on for a second. Hey, I've got 2 raiders. They just walked in the door.
Yo, Gigi got us massage pillows. Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Hey, don't yell, babe.
Don't yell.
I'm on you.
Yeah, I also got a nasty rug burn.
A rug burn? Oh, were y'all goofing off? And...
Yeah, way too hard.
With Cam though.
Oh, okay. Hey, be careful.
I was forced to play with her.
Give me a hug. Here, I'm gonna hug.
No, I want to.
Ooh.
I made more crafts.
Uh-huh. You made more crafts? What'd you make?
Okay, I gotta put this down.
Hey, you can't move in here now. I've got one crawling all over me. I'm like, no.
So first we
$99.
count the box. I added like a little cord. Since
It's
supposed to be,
$5.
like the robot.
No, it's 4.
$4.99. That's 1 penny off $5.
So I got this cardboard flip phone.
Oh,
was
that's
supposed
cool.
to
You
add
made a
shade.
flip home. That's cool.
I was
want
supposed to add shading, but it looks like he's blushing now.
Oh man, you're heavy.
I still have that little robot eye.
Hey baby, don't yell. I can't hear Sissy too.
And now I got this little hanging thing.
That's cute, man. Yeah, they went to see Gigi today. So
Wibble wibble wobble.
one of them is hyper as heck. Did she eat a bunch of candy?
No, she didn't. She only had a cookie.
Did you eat candy?
She had a
I ate
cookie.
a cookie.
Cookies? Did you have Coke or something?
Yeah, but I didn't let her have any.
Okay, good deal.
I put some on the
I'm not that stupid.
You got massage pillows too? That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I put some on the sale.
There's a like metallic looking one. And there's the cheetah print one. The cheetah print one is more comfortable.
Those are cool, man. Well,
Let
hey,
me.
y'all go settle in before it's bedtime. Okay. Appreciate
Also, I just wanted to say about the crafts.
Yeah, I like the crafts. I'll look at them. I'll look at them a lot better when I'm done. Okay.
Hey, Dad, I want to tell a story to the face.
We're not going to do a story right this second.
I mean, the fans would really appreciate it and it might get you more money.
Not right now. We're
Sorry,
covering.
please.
We're covering a lawsuit right this second.
Please,
Hey, by the
please.
way, here, let's look. I have my favorites. Told you happy birthday.
I have my favorites.
Yeah,
Thank
told
you.
her thank you. Yeah, let's see. There were a couple of people too. Let's see. Chris Trucking said there's
Chris.
candy money. Yeah.
Thank you for
Yeah.
me. Is that candy money for me?
I'm guessing it is.
I have,
You're the
I have
candy
like
junkie.
only a few shows that I've actually bothered to watch more than once.
You have what? now?
You know, I watched a few shows more
Oh,
than
yeah.
once.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
I know.
look, the red one.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Hmm.
I rewatched episodes
Y'all wanna
of
do,
Baxter Stockman, of course.
Y'all want to do some stuff on Saturday on her birthday? Y'all want to come on with her? For real? Yes. Okay. Well, we're covering.
Yeah, please
We're
let me
covering a
tell a
live
story.
day right now.
We broke
Yeah,
in.
But
You
it's
can
a
on
part
Saturday.
of time.
On Saturday, baby. Y'all were trying to hijack this, not today.
Part of time.
You know, Saturday.
My dad is stinky.
Yeah.
My dad is stinky.
Uh-huh.
He hasn't showered in 40 million years.
40 minutes.
Jason, huh?
He's very stinky.
Yeah, that's me. Mhm.
He actually
You
lives
did,
in this
actually.
basement with only a
Actually, your
computer.
hair looks good and nice. We recorded it up. You know,
And
you crazy fool.
do you like my toy?
Yeah, I loved it. All right, give me a kiss and a hug. Hey,
Ow, ow.
go.
Why are you hurt? You don't have. You don't
I'm if
No, my toy hurts on my
I'm gonna have to mute for a second. Okay?
Okay,
When is finding any reason not to move?
of course.
She's like, she's faking injuries.
No,
Oh Lord, she stopped in the middle of the floor and she's like, "Oh no, I'm hurt." Oh, she's so faking. I'll be right back.
All right. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh, it sounds like a zoo over there. I tell you, they get bigger quick though. You know, they really do. So anyway, how are you guys? How are you guys doing? How's the chat this evening? You doing all right? What did I do today? I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, I had a live stream today with Nick Starro. If you have not been to Nick Starro's channel, it's he does a lot of, he's covering the Delphi case He's reading the transcripts now from that case, which is really interesting. But he wanted to get caught up on the Laura Owens case. So I was on with Nick Starro today, and I put it on my Twitter page and on Locals, meganfox.locals.com.
So crazy.
You should check it out because it was fun.
They were like a storm of energy. They came in.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was funny.
Yeah. They well.
That'll wake up.
Oh yeah. They went over to their grandma's at about 1 o'clock this afternoon. So then they went to church and they're just getting back. So when they came in, they come in to give me a hug and everything and to check on me, but they are like a force of nature blowing in.
Yeah.
But the little one didn't want to leave, so she was like, "Oh no!" She just sat down on the floor and she was like, "Oh, I fell and I'm hurt." I was like, "Really?" So when I paused, I was like, I'm blowing in the kiss." She's like, "Yeah, it's better now." I was like, "Okay, yeah." Anything you can fix with a blown kiss, you're very hurt. I hope that remains. You know what I mean? I hope almost anything can be fixed with actually like, "Oh, I'm hurt." Like if you hurt your arm, you're like, "Oh, let me kiss it." Mwah. But I'm not kissing your foot. So here, I'm going to blow it a kiss.
Funny.
Yeah, it's hilarious. All right. So what I was saying about this here, this is interesting because it's an admission that they spoke. This is actually them saying that they spoke to Randy. Now they're spinning it because of damage control these days, but that's a fascinating one too. I don't think the ye old ecosystem has really gotten everything good to go. Jada, that's funny. It's like for soap for tongue. I called him Stinky Junior. When like today when they were supposed to go with their grandma, I was like, I told the oldest, I was like, "I'm gonna tell everybody you're stinky if you don't go take a shower." So I guess that's my revenge. So due to intimidation, this is my favorite part here. Due to intimidation, threats, harassment, and refusal to turn over communication with defendants in federal case filed by Jeremy Hales, defendant Leslie Federico's voluntarily dismissed her pending lawsuit. Look at this. Look at what she's saying here. Due to being intimidated, threatened, harassed, and I won't turn over communications, I dismiss my lawsuit. Wait, what? So are you saying that you weren't going to fulfill discovery obligations?
Yeah, basically.
That's wild, I mean, that's really wild there. Because you're going to be turning that shit over anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I have no idea where she thought she was going with this, because that's the thing. Like, what she's saying is intimidate. We didn't intimidate her to turn over communications. That's what you'd have to do in your lawsuit, which you told us to preserve our communications.
Yeah, you said preserve any communications, which is fascinating because what
preserve yours?
Well, what communications, though? Because she alleged in her lawsuit, it was so crazy that she alleged conspiracy. What conspiracy? Like, people are being paid, and somehow there's knowledge of there are subscribers. I mean, you think about how insane this stuff is. So, of course, on our side, there is no proof of a conspiracy because it's not real. But she's admitting that she has communications with these people. Right here is an admission for Jeremy to use. Because she has definitely admitted, and I mean that's really interesting in the federal case, huh? But she says because of that, she's not going to continue and took measure to block all contact and communication with the plaintiffs. What communication, you weirdo? I don't have communication with you. I've never had communication with you. It's like we were you guys hanging out, Megan? Is that what it was? Were you calling her from your cardboard box?
Yeah, we were, we were chatting. We were doing girl talk, talking
Ugh.
about lips and Botox and yeah. What I don't know. She's nuts. What can I say?
I mean, it's so weird.
Took measures
However,
to block all contact and communication. What communications except for the shit you were sending me? I mean, I don't respond to this woman. She admits she sent me an email asking me to come on her pointless show, which I never responded to. She says that in another. I never responded. Now suddenly there's communications.
yeah, suddenly you all were hanging out, and
Apparently.
oh my god, this stuff. 1 second, let me.
I've had no communications with her. I have only had communications with someone claiming to be Doritos. I don't know if it was Doritos, but that's who was he was claiming to be him. I have not had any communications with this person.
If there are other, by the way, since this might as well be something to throw out there too. If you have other DMs, or not DMs, but YouTube chat comments, that's what I was looking for, with her bragging about like how she filed this stuff and is pushing it into court, send it over, because there may be more of those. I don't know. It's like people have no idea how much evidence is out there about this woman. I'll pull the rest of that up in just a second. I'm making sure that.
Oh my God, Ellen, that's a very good question. Is she forging my name on communications? Is she pretending to be me? Is someone pretending to be me? Well, that should be interesting because I only have one email address that I communicate from.
As do I. I only have one.
And that will be discoverable. And if someone is writing her pretending to be me, it's going to come out. But I have not had any communications with this person. None.
Well, I can say 100% the same thing. I've never had a communication with this person. They have never written in goodwill or, any cease and desist, nothing. And for them to pretend that they've had any communications with either of us is just absurd, man. Mm-hmm. And then after that, apparently we're not supposed to be able to talk about this person that has tried to train wreck our lives. They
tried to destroy our reputations.
Mm-hmm. And we're not supposed to be able to talk about it. Yeah, of course, this all happened in public. And what's really interesting about us talking. So they're they've got people who they're leaking documentation to. They sent out the demand letter that they were sending. They sent it to them before they sent it to our attorney. That's pretty wild, right? And they want to complain about people discussing litigation now? Huh. Says, however, shortly after this current lawsuit case was filed, it's now being used in content on YouTube channels weekly to gain donations and profit from their audience. Yeah. I discuss things that happen in my life, as Megan does. First of all, we usually, I don't like having to be the content, I don't.
I don't either.
I don't appreciate someone trying to wreck my reputation. So,
but this is a for-profit operation. We have never been anything else. Our YouTube channels are a for-profit business. And so, yes, every time we go live, we get paid to do it.
Yep.
And yes, it's not weekly, it's daily.
Yes, I run an almost daily show,
Yes,
we alternate.
Daily show. Exactly.
Yeah.
And sometimes twice a day.
I take one day off, usually a week. And really, I get forced into that, if I'm being honest, My kids are like, you take the day off.
Or we will call you fat on your live stream.
They are so funny, man. She's going to be like wild. She's got like one of them is just the little one is wild, but the other one has a very sharp tongue. She's so funny to listen to. At 11, oh man, my all my relatives are like, yeah, she's a little you. She sounds like you. Yeah, I'm like, well, is that good? Yeah, I think it is. So the legal standards here under FS 571051. We've heard that before, haven't we? Which is really funny considering. Remember the response to this. Upon the court's initiative or motion of any party, the court shall award a reasonable attorney fee, including prejudgment interest, to be paid to the prevailing party in equal amounts by the losing party and the losing party's attorney on any claim or defense at any time during a civil proceeding or action in which the court finds that the losing party or losing party's attorney knew or should have known that a claim or defense when it was initially presented to the court or at any time. Do you want me to keep reading here or do you want to read actually?
I can read.
Okay.
At any time during a civil proceeding or action in which the court finds that the losing party or the losing party's attorney knew or should have known that a claim or defense when initially presented to the court or at any time before trial was not supported by the material facts necessary to establish the claim or defense. Well, that's not the claims we're making because our claims do establish that we're supported by material facts.
We're suing over a case that somebody dropped because they're saying, I get their excuse now was we were bullied by someone telling us that they're going to have to turn over communications with this other party. I don't even understand the claim about the. Yeah,
she'll get laughed out of court on that one.
Oh my God! So I mean, but we're suing over a case that was brought against us. So I mean that is 100% real. You cannot deny that thing existed.
There's precedent for it.
Yes.
Lots of them. Oh my gosh, that's right, Lily. The sexually harassing messages that she sent to Shizzy. Yeah, she sent him like 100.
Oh God.
Yeah. I know. I remember that. Actually, the rest of this, Tug, is just repeating the law that we read last night. The rest of this is so her main argument is over.
Well, when we're looking at it, folks. I mean, the thing is, when you think about what they're saying, though, okay,
yeah,
we have a lawsuit. We can prove that we can prove that they tried to sue us. We can prove that they did all this insane crap and that we're suing because of it. And their whole excuse to it is, but YouTube, but harassment that I don't prove. None of these things. Again, like Randy said in his filing, there is nothing that backs any of this stuff up.
Mm-mm.
That's just, it's ridiculous. I love the fact that they think that because they said, well, we're asking for sanctions, that somehow in some way that just poof, it's going to happen.
In 21 days. And it's going to be $168,000 that we're going to be ordered to pay and we'll all be bankrupted. And
I mean, how is that not a threat too?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's all freaking crazy.
But it's entertaining. I mean, it is. Are you not entertained?
Oh, I'm definitely. I'm entertained in my push toward justice for sure. But I definitely want this going to trial. 100%. It's funny. Yeah. But the people who took us they wanted to bring a case against us. They want to attack us and malign us. They suddenly want an instant dismissal.
Yeah, weird. I thought she wanted this fight.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they said over and over. They would somehow win on merits. I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm going to go over super chats. You sticking or you jitting?
I am going to. What time is it? I hear a kid coming. I think that's my.
Yeah, that's your cue.
That's my cue. I'm gonna go. You
All right.
guys have a great rest of your night. I'll be listening.
Yep. And we'll do it tomorrow. See ya.
All right.
You know, it's been throwing me off this week, by the way, because when Megan had her power outage, you know, usually Monday, Wednesday, Megan show, Tuesday, Thursday, my show. So in my mind, it's Thursday. My mind keeps telling me today is Thursday, and it has messed me up all week. You know, I keep thinking it's a different day. It's so funny. Oh my Lord. All right, let's do this. By the way, like I said, I appreciate you folks. You know, these people, man, they tried hard. They tried really hard to do damage to myself, to Megan, to of course Jeremy, to George, to Shizzy, to Jay. I mean, they piled on for people, but again, never intended to go beyond a certain stage. They thought they could do it. They thought they could let it sit there. And then afterwards, they thought they could turn it into, now they want to turn it into a moneymaker too. You notice the show that they're leaking, again, they leak documents to before they send them to the other side. That show, of course, I would watch. You mark it. They will start fundraising because they now have somebody new to do that for. They'll just want you to forget about the whole LP thing and their marks over there. They will probably be stupid enough to drop money into that bucket because, I mean, why not, right? Why not indeed? But let's go over this. Rosilla Brown, thank you for kicking us off with 2 there. Send a little sugar rush. Maybe we don't need the sugar rush. No, I appreciate it. We are going for real. Like her only request, like the only thing that she wants for her birthday is to go to the candy shop. That's it. Like it is the only thing that she wants. No toy. She was like, she didn't ask for anything. Now we'll get her some, you know, we'll get her like a Play-Doh thing and a few other things, but her only outward request, candy shop. So sugar is the best. Thank you there. Appreciate you. Man, 20 gifted memberships here. Jaguar, thank you, by the way. That is awesome. I saw those rain in too. That was cool to see. I love it when the show kicks off with memberships. You know, you see people, they're like gearing up and bam. I love that. So thank you. Rickles, thanks for the 5. Tonight's subliminal message received by my implant from Jeremy is 1 is the loneliest number. I repeat, 1 is the loneliest number. That's funny. Yeah, I love the fact that the new conspiracy, if people haven't heard, I mean, think about how crazy this is. Super chatters, you're not actually there. You're directed by Jeremy Hales and paid by him to super chat, which is the weirdest thing I've ever heard. It makes no sense whatsoever. But hey, you know, yet another crazy conspiracy. I mean, these conspiracies that they've come up with, again, the allegations. I was looking forward to her trying to serve her lawsuit. Like her lawsuit was so nuts. It was so conspiratorial. I was looking forward to that, but we knew that all she wanted to do was damage. What's up, Max Leb, by the way? Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you, my friend. It has been a crazy ride, hasn't it? Yeah, thank you, buddy. Green Veggies, thanks for the 10 there. Here we sit waiting and waiting, never contemplating the jewels that are uttered by fools. Indeed. Indeed. And hey, appreciate you waiting and waiting too. Thank you, Green Veggies. That's funny. Thank you. Kim, thanks for 3 months there. You too make my drive home the best of 5 p.m. on the Pacific Coast. Love you guys. Hey, love return, by the way. I appreciate that. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun going over all this crazy, isn't it? You know, the bankruptcy stuff will be kicking up at the beginning of August. So that should be interesting to see what happens. You know, I'm curious about all of that. We have T42, 16 months. Thank you for that. Dropping the, I wish it would put the little symbols up, you know, with everything too. You know, it doesn't do pictures. It doesn't do the little icons or symbols. I wish it would do that. And thank you. 16 months. That is awesome of you. Much appreciated. Stacy, thanks for the 8 months there. Here we go. Homeless in boxes. Yes. We are mobile in the box tomes. Indeed. I have my favorites. Thanks for two. The check cleared. The upgrade was purchased. Yes. I'm glad the checks are finally clearing. Thank you. Got to look after everyone there. Hold on. I got to cough 1 second. Sorry about that. Mop, thanks for the 5 there. I need someone to translate Foxtonian for me. What the heck is a rumpus room? Foxtonian. A rumpus room. Let's say a rumpus room is, quote, this is a room typically in a basement of a house used for games and recreation. Bam. There we go. Like that. Translation complete. I love it. Allie, thanks to the 2 there. Did you like the cardboard box Muppet avatar? I did indeed. Man, I had so many of those come in from people, and they are funny and good. I like them quite a bit. What's up, kiddo? Oh, you got you a crown? Where'd you get your little crown from?
The queen.
Yeah, I like your queen crown. That's cute.
I wish it fit to you.
Yeah, it would not fit me. My big old fat head would break that thing.
Wish it fit you, like you could be the king and I'd be the queen.
Well, no, you look cute with your queen hat, with your queen crown on. It's very cute.
Why is the
Love it.
knife on the floor?
That's not. Well, they're not out, but they're from the thing right here. That's what they go in. I
Then
just
put
took
them
out.
in.
Yeah, well, no, it'll fall off that thing. It goes over here. I just haven't moved it yet. They're okay though. They're not gonna bother you. Yeah.
Why is your piggy bank? Why was your piggy bank down?
Why? Because I was getting some change out of it.
How many?
I had to get $2 out for a
One,
tip that day. You remember what day we went over to the store and we went over to the thing and got food when you got ice cream sandwich and stuff?
Well, why are you tapping me?
Because you're not sitting on me. No. Here, give me a hug. No. Give me a hug.
I couldn't fit with my second story.
No, we're not doing story time tonight. If you want to do a story, we can do them on your birthday that day. If you want to. You want to do that? You want to do that night? Yeah?
Time.
All right. Well, here, give me 5. Yeah.
I
give me
want
high
a
five,
fist
too.
bump, a fist bump, a hug, a kiss.
Look, Elon, can you say thank you?
Thank you.
I said, hey, you've got a present in the mail. And it's going to be happy birthday time. It sounds pretty fun, doesn't it?
Happy birthday.
Yeah, it's happy birthday to you. And we'll sing it that day. Does that sound good?
Where's the package?
We'll have to go over to the post office and get it.
Happy.
Yeah, we'll go over to the post office.
I know you're going to give me a lip gloss tonight and today.
No, maybe tomorrow. No,
And
you got one
today,
today.
and today.
You got one today. All right. Hey, you got to go upstairs though, kiddo. I got to finish these
Can
up,
you
okay?
whip your Coke so I don't.
I will in a little bit, okay?
What if I miss it for you?
Yeah, don't do that. No, don't do that. Okay? Don't do that with your feet. All right, love you.
Yeah, help move it over.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Mm-mm.
Have more orange juice?
Ask Sissy if she'll get you one.
Well, no. Coke.
No, ma'am, you cannot. I thought you meant a real orange juice. I thought there was one upstairs. No, ma'am.
No more.
Then no, ma'am, you cannot. Get you a water. You need a water. Drink some water. Yes. Oh, my Lord. But I did like the avatars, Allie. Thank you. She was asking for a Coke or an orange Coke. I was like, no, you're not getting that. Pickle Tank, thanks for the 5. Man, you should have used Kraft mac and cheese boxes for the shingle. That's actually funny. That is funny with the little cardboard boxes. That's fun. Sammy Jane, thanks for the 2. Co-dunkified. Co-dunkified, lane 7 breadsticks. That's funny. Co-dunkified. I like it. All my co-dunks say what? Auntie M, thanks for the 10 there. Bug birthday. Thank you, Auntie M. By the way, that is awesome there. That is much appreciated. Stacy, also, thank you. Happy birthday, Bug. I will clip all these to her and show her. She's, like I said, she's funny today. She is hyper. Maybe not. Thanks for the 5 gift memberships. Much appreciated there. Thank you. They've been, this week, they've gotten to go over to their grandma's a few days. It's fun. You know, this is the, I think school is, what is it, next week? So, you know, they're rolling up. We're going to start school never really ends normally for homeschool. You know, you just keep going. You're always teaching stuff anyway, but they will have more like a regiment, you know, and it's going to start up. So they've been going and hanging out with grandma, which they've enjoyed. Something to bark about. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Super Jet. I also much appreciate seeing you. I always love your avatar. It's cute. Thank you. Dawn, thanks for the 2. Noted that you were just at a Chuck E. Cheese birthday party. Well, I'm glad to hear. Like I said, I wasn't sure if people did Chuck E. Cheese much anymore or not. That's good to know. Dan, thanks for the 5. Prayers for all that are in the path of tsunami. Indeed. Stay safe, folks. 100%. Prayers are with you. Make sure, though, that you and your loved ones stay safe. You know, that is the top priority. And much love to all you folks. Clear as mud. What's up there? Thanks for the 32 months there. See the umbrella X. That's I'm not sure the message in that, but thank you. The 32 months says plenty. Clear as mud. I appreciate you. Fallen Hero. Thank you for the gifted membership. It is good to see you as always, my friend. Julie dropped a 2 right there. There's not a statement attached, but that in and of itself is a statement. Backing is a statement. Thank you for doing that. Restart. Thank you for the 10 there. When do we get that typical soft citizen citation? And the responses, I can't wait for the case's inevitable soft sit moments. Indeed. Well, a lot of it, again, it's so crazy because they drop a lawsuit. Like you think about what they're trying to do with this. They drop a lawsuit after threatening us, going online. She opens up dozens of I mean, we have all of this documented. So for them to lie about it, for them to pull this BS and pretend they're victimized in some way, it's so stupid. But we sue them for what they did. And then for them to be like, well we had to, no. You guys, again, you brag about being attorneys, taking on the system. I mean, how many ads have you put out talking about how you took on the malicious system and you won? So you say you're a big bad attorney, but commentary on cases that somehow actually it was more of a telling you have to turn over communications. That's your excuse. We're saying I wasn't going to comply, so I dropped my case. I mean, that doesn't even make sense, does it? Instead of saying no, you're saying I wasn't prepared to meet discovery obligations, so I decided to drop. Again, it makes no sense. But now they want to play victim. And they want to say, well, we get to sue people because bad faith. No, you filed a bad faith lawsuit, and we are suing you for it. Tired of hearing again the claim. Like, it pissed me off to hear that this person has done this repeatedly to people, and they thought we would just be another notch in the proverbial belt. Our reputations would be no, thank you. Julie, thanks for the 2 there. Put a box on a bow and have a houseboat. have have a box boat. That's funny. Just Jay, thanks for 5. You guys can run your naval battle, but I'm running a pirate ship over here. Prepare to be boarded. I'm the captain now. Oh man, that would be. Are you gonna do like that video we watched yesterday? Are you gonna rip off your shirt when you board? That video was wild, man. Teresa, thanks for the 10. The love boat. Soon we'll be on our way, indeed. That's funny. Winder Bender, thanks for the 10 there. Hey, Doug and Megan. Megan, is your family safe in Hawaii? She said they were, by the way. She talked about that yesterday. So, and thank you for that, for sure. And breadsticks for the kiddos. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the breadsticks, and thank you for and thank you for keeping the kids in your mom too. Appreciate you. Risa, thanks for the 10. Lips Company's the legal version of Poseidon Adventure. Oh no. Oh no. It's so bizarre to go out and to tell people that they're automatically going to get some kind of ruling because we can't file a lawsuit because of technicality. Again, they could do whatever they want to us, but since they didn't serve, it just says they banked on that so often. The reality is most people avoid litigation because people try to drive up cost on you. And they admit, I mean, again, their whole, we're going to ask for this insane amount of money to, I mean, the admissions in some of this is wild. Rama, thanks for the mob there. Doesn't making this claim under oath in court make someone on their side, the client, responsible for paying the bill off when they lose? Well, they have some problems for sure. They've made it's amazing what kind of statements and claims they make. I can't believe, honestly, that they attached that to the Ohio hearing. Like, I cannot believe that they sent that case. So they did it to 3 cases, including a protective order. You think about that's next level, because you didn't just attach it to state filings. You didn't just attach it to federal filing. You attached it to a protective, already decided, violated twice protective order, where you're talking about third-party engagement. You 100% prove that you're a third party that's interacting, and you brought a malicious lawsuit after somebody had asked you to get involved. That's so bizarre, man. Rio Ryan, thanks for the Pirate Oprah. You get a black spot. You get a black spot. Everyone gets a black spot. R a vest behind, just like Lisa. Indeed. Armite. Bunsen Rockenstone. Thanks for speaking of the bar. Any word on the weird bankruptcy lawyer? One sec. I don't know anything about the complaints yet. I need to look that up and see if there is any decision. Like, I haven't looked up the decision on that. Yeah, but the bankruptcy thing, it looks everything is still on and going. Because just noting that by itself first. I know this isn't your question, but that it looks like the creditors meeting, everything is still on. So that's 100% still going, which is good, by the way. It's funny too, is they put LP on this. I was thinking about this the other day. They put LP on this path with bankruptcy, and they've abandoned her now. So they put her on a path of delay that it train wrecks her life even more, because she's not going to be able to claim bankruptcy again for years. She's playing this game of, I don't actually have to include this or that or the other because, 501c3. She's been posting about this stuff too. And it's an absolute train wreck of a mess. And they abandoned her in the process. They said she's too much trouble, and they dumped her. Now, you think about that. That's wild. She came slinking back around. which you fully expected her to do, because she doesn't have the money. The grift's up. So she comes slinking back around, and they delete all the comments and send her on her merry way. They don't even acknowledge that she's there. They've moved past her. It's wild. But as far as the bankruptcy lawyer, I'll have to look. It's just wild stuff. Aubrey, thanks for the 15 months. Happy to. No, this keeps the haters writhing 1 month at a time. Yes, indeed. It is wild, too. Thank you for keeping us laughing with the truth. Tub, Maggie, Chad. Love to you for sure, too. Appreciate you there. And also, Aubrey sent out a gifted membership for someone else, too. That is awesome of you. Much appreciated. Thank you. Thank you on both accounts. Tiffany, thanks for the 3 months. I made my box and checked out my sign. I see you there. That's hilarious. I don't think I can zoom in enough to see your sign, though. Let me see if I can. I can't see it all the way. I'll have to when I'm not live, I'll be able to look at it a little bit closer. You can mail me a shot of it. I could look at it a little bit closer if you don't mind. That would help out there. But that's cool. Give me 1 second. I blew that up in it. I like that though. Send it to me. Now again, I thank you. First of all, it's 200 bucks there. Thank you very much. I very much appreciated it. Like earlier when I was saying too, I wanted to make sure anytime large, something like this comes through, I just 100% make sure that if it's intended, and it was. So thank you. It is much appreciated. All of you. Like I said, I cannot say that enough. You all allow me to do something that's fun. And you allow us to fight too. I mean, we these are people that they've never been told no. They've never had people stand up for themselves. And we're able to do that. And we don't need help right now or anything with that. But people are supporting our show, allowing us to do our thing. And that's appreciated. But Doug, send you this money to help with legal fees and go have a dad-daughter date with turkeys. Thank you. After a date night with the girls, please with the rest lawyer fees. Yeah, right now, like I said, we're good. So, but the way that I'll take, like I said, we'll have a day out. We have a tea room, and I've been thinking about taking the girls back over there. They love going to that. So can't afford much right now. I'm currently going through 4-stage lung cancer and pancreas cancer. Love to you, first of all. Remember, you always have a place to come here, goof off. No matter how your days are, no matter how you feel. Remember, you are cared for, you're loved and appreciated. And prayers with you. Love to you. There's one thing, like I said, with everything that we do, you guys make that work. And I love that we can come together and have something too. And we'll do it while we're laughing at stupid people, But love to you. Prayers with you too. Sassy, thanks for the 10 there. Mug, BBB, loose lips, and 2 ton line flea are worse than those. My bottom feeding suckerfish. Lynette's named a grift. Also, had a flare up with gastro crisis. Will mail stuff tomorrow. Hey, you know what? Thank you for doing that, first of all. I understand, stuff happens 100%. You don't have to do anything anyway, and you are. So that is much appreciated. But yeah, it is amazing. Again, when you think they took this woman down this, again, LP did this stuff to herself too. I'm not cutting her slack when I say this, but they told her, this is the route you need to go. And then they were like, yeah, we're done with you. So it is wild, isn't it? Double karma. Thanks for 5. Lisa has top-notch detective skills. She got me and found where I live by my Gmail, email, IP. I confess, I live in New York, USA. I admit. It's funny. They like to go after people and threaten. You remember how many threats of doxing and stuff they did do? And then they want to turn around and play victim all the time. It's just, it's amazing, isn't it? I swear. Maybe not. Thanks for the 5 there, Tug. You may have really bad weather coming your way. Yes. We saw some of the some of the forecasts for some of that, you know. I'm like, oh, great. Yeah, for sure. Keep an eye out too. If we have any interruption and stuff, well, you know why as well. We'll be safe. Appreciate you. Spurgy. Thanks for the 6 months. Woohoo! 6 months plus a few years, indeed. YouTube will delete you in a heartbeat. Yes, they do. Always check to make sure you still subscribe. Yes, indeed. You can unsubscribe from the channel. You always just keep out there. And I assume, you know, when your 6 months come up, first of all, I thank you for that. I know many of you have been around much longer than you get credit for. YouTube is so weird. I hate that they reset people. You know, it's so bizarre, some of the stuff they do. But yeah, much appreciated, and much appreciate that message, because that's true. You have to keep an eye on it. Candid dropped a $20 super sticker. I love that. I got to see it come in, so I actually got to see it in that. I love seeing super. There's so many super stickers that some of them I've never seen before. I love seeing them. I always like going back and showing the kids too, so that's fun. God, thanks for the 20 there too. I'm a retired revenue agent with the IRS. Oh, that's fascinating. I've been documenting everything and doing a revenue agent report, sending to the IRS with all the anti-hales ecosystem. There have been several reports that have been done. Well. You know, their claims, it boggled my mind for them to take as much money that came in and try to say that somehow in some way they could just write it all off as a quote unquote gift, like not report any taxable income or anything like that. I mean, you were talking about a significant amount of money, but they're trying to hide it. And it's so strange how they're doing it. You know, we're not talking about like year in writing off of your taxes. You know, like a smart person should be able to write off quite a bit. But these aren't smart people. And again, we're not even talking about that. They're wanting to pretend the money never existed. They're wanting to do it for very duplicitous reasons. It's bizarre to watch, you know. So crazy. Lily, thanks for the 23 months. Guys, did you put the revenge prawn in your lawsuit? Yeah, it will be part of the lawsuit. It will. So in there, you don't put all of your causes for action. You put in like you can have specific reasons to go after somebody. So like they were noting, we have a couple of reasons that we're going after them. You know, and it's really, you're talking about the abuse of systems that they did, you know, because what they did is they went in. I mean, when you think about this, they went in and they filed a lawsuit for the intent of malicious prosecution. And on top of that, we're talking about abuse of process. So those are the two things you hit them with, but everything gets to be brought up as part of that. So when you get around to discovery, that'll be real fun. You know, all of these wonderful, wonderful things that they did as part of all of this. And she brought all this stuff up too in her prior lawsuit. What's real fun is, like I said, all the stuff that she did, all of this interference, she only brought up. You notice in the filing that they did, I didn't really think about this until just now. In the filing that they did that we just read, it talked about very briefly our filing. Let's see, what page was that? It's number 6. Give me a second. I'm going to pull something up for you. This is interesting. I did not think about this at all. So on number 6, where they talk about the, well, here, let me just pull it up for you. I'll read it to you instead. Here we go. So here is the second part of it. They were talking about the judicial notice, right? And we were discussing this. We were talking about it being in the Ohio case, in the state case, in the federal cases. They put it in all of this stuff, but they only talked about it, any action of taking judicial notice of such lawsuit was done secondary to the publication of the lawsuit done by all plaintiffs on their own initiative. Additionally, only Hales was a party in the federal case where the complaint was filed. So they only admit to the federal case. They try to hide the other cases that they brought that in. You notice that. It only notes the federal case. But the protective, I mean, that to the level, again, we're not talking about putting in her case and saying, hey, look at it. When we're talking, if you for some reason don't know what we're talking about with that too, let me pull this up here. Give me 1 second. So what she did is she filed with the court. Check this out. I'll show you what, just in case for some reason you don't know what we're talking about. But this, I like being completionist, you know, with that. Let me pull down the candy money. I'll note that in a second. If you don't know, we're talking about here though, if you look at this, you'll see in the middle of everything filed, you notice this. It's a notice of related case to demonstrate defendant's actions similar in other filed Florida cases. So she filed a lawsuit she never intended to go forward with. She inserts that lawsuit in to everything, including a protective order, and wants to drop it like it was nothing. And then when people sue her for it, she wants to pretend they have no grounds whatsoever for litigation, that it's vexatious lawsuits to sue her for all the damage she tried to do to many individuals out there. I mean, you think about that. Think how absurd her claims are. And I mean, the proof, God, the proof. Chris, thank you too. You know, I pulled that up and I was talking about all that. I was like, wait a minute, let me pull that down and I'll get to it. Thank you for the candy money there. That is much appreciated. Thank you. City Chief, thanks for the vibe. Jeremy in the future. We now have a house in Orlando and a boat available for you to rent. Indeed. Well, we'll take you on a Kodunk cruise. Kodunk Cruise Lines, baby. Where we dress in overalls and we overhaul you. Oh, fun times there. Hey, I have my favorites also. Thank you very much for that. That's much appreciated. Thank you. Canada's watching. Appreciate you. What's up? Canada's watching, by the way. You are much appreciated. Thank you for the 5 there. Kids are all right. Thanks for the smiles. Yes, the kids, they are doing great. They're fine. You know, they come in like a storm. Megan doesn't mind like when they come in. For me though, when I have somebody else on, yeah, I try not to let them hijack everything. If I'm by myself, I don't really care. But usually if somebody else is not, like today when we're on, we're covering something, you know, the derailment, I try to let it go so far. If I'm by myself though, I mean, the derailment can go where it goes, I guess. And thank you, Canada's watching. Much appreciated. Maybe not, too. Hey, thank you for that as well. Thank you for the happy birthday. Jada, thanks for the 5 for the soap and the deodorants. Oh, kids are so funny. It was really funny today. Yeah, she's getting to that age, too, where we have to, I have to be like, I got to take a shower today. Like, please don't take a 45-minute shower and run out all the hot water, which happens. They're like, no, oh, come on. Ice cold shower, not fun. K-Rap, thanks for the 10 there. Happy birthday to the little one, too. Thank you, K-Rap. That is much appreciated. I like going back and telling her, look at all these happy birthdays, too. Look at everybody. They love you, you know. And that's awesome. Lily, thanks for that. Did you see all the all the harassing messages? She's a yes, indeed. I think I kept those. Let me see. I know I kept them, but let me see. Shizzy Leslie. Is that the one? Give me 1 minute. Yeah, Yeah, actually, here it is. You know, this is funny because, like I said, all this stuff is it's definitely reviewable now. It all has merit again. So, yeah, all of her messages. I mean, remember, this is what she was doing. She was doing all this while suing people. You know, I mean, look at this. Imagine suing somebody and doing this to them. And then trying to dox them, brag about it because you say it's part of the lawsuit. I mean, Lord, it's all crazy. These people are just unhinged. But yeah, I remember that very well. Sheila, thanks for the 5. Thanks to the both of you. Thank you. Thanks for what you're doing with the IRS. Indeed, thank you for that too. I'm very curious how that will turn out as well. I think it's crazy. Again, the whole idea that they have taken. I mean, we were talking about like put this into perspective. The ecosystem through lawyers and other stuff, they have come off 6 figures for a person they are now dumping. Like, think about that. 6 freaking figures. And that person is getting dumped like a bad habit. Like, isn't that wild? K-Rap, 39 months there. Thank you. I'm behind, but Chuck E. Cheese filed bankruptcy 2020 and has come out of it with stores left being modernized. Includes Paw Patrol. Hey, I didn't realize they had. Maybe I should check it out then. Marvel, Nickelodeon. We'll go over and check it out. I mean, they've got a nice one over in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. It's a nice setup. I just didn't know. Like, I don't know if that. You know, like kids used to, if you took a kid to Chuck E. Cheese, they're like, holy yes, you know, but even when my oldest was little, like when the littlest one was really little, we'd go over there and goof on because they have like a merry-go-round. I haven't been over there in years now, you know. And I thought about when we go over to the candy thing, it's closed. So I may go over there and, you know, let them run around for a minute just to have some fun. I used to, they had one game back when it was like a shooting game where you fight off, it's like a kind of Jurassic World or something, but it had a lot of insects in the levels. And me and the oldest, you know, when she was really little, she liked to play it, you know, as a little gun game. So she would sit down, I'd set her down there and I'd play it with her. And it was pretty fun because, you know, it was like a limitless time. Nowadays, Chuck E. Cheese is a lot different than when I was a kid. When I was a kid, you didn't get like limitless time on the games, you know. But now it was pretty much limitless long. Thank you for the bug present. She was asking about that. I'll check that out for sure. Thank you. Rhea Rye, thanks for the 2 there. Sent a birthday present to Bug too. Oh, I'll have to go over and check and thank you too, Rhea Rye. I'll note that for her too. And Travis, thanks for the 10 there. Ain't much, but Bug's birthday having heart issues. Doctor's way overpriced. You're right. Hope Bug enjoys her birthday and a candy store visit. Hey, thank you, Travis, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I've been ranting a bit about doctor. Hey, you know, my rant. The thing I was ranting about is I got told, you know, to get used to not being able to do. And it's you can look at this statement in a couple of ways, but I was like, man, they want me to, you know, to just get used to being sick. That's garbage. So busting out, you know, I decided I wanted to try to, and you know, this is the response to them this week. Now, of course, there's more on the day so far, but you know, if you can bust down freaking 52,000 steps on there, it's like, okay, well, thanks for the motivation, you know. But yeah, it's sad when they're not actually trying to motivate you to do more in life for you. All right, so give me 1 minute here. Let me make sure there's nothing else. I think I'm good. All right. Well, I'm going to end here. I appreciate you folks. We will be on Megan's channel tomorrow. Yeah, we'll call it now. Thank you. Appreciate you folks. For real. Always.